In the world of space exploration, one name has stood out in recent years: SpaceX. Founded in 2002 by the eccentric entrepreneur Elon Musk, the company has become one of the most innovative and successful players in the space industry. But how did it all begin? In this video, we'll talk about the history of SpaceX and how it will change the spaceflight landscape in the next 3 decades. This is Tech Trends. SpaceX's foundation. Elon Musk, an entrepreneur from South Africa, gained his first fortune by selling 2 companies at a young age. His first company, Zip2, was sold for $307 million, and the second one, PayPal, was sold for $1.5 billion. Afterward, Musk used his wealth to start a privately funded space company. He initially planned to send a greenhouse to Mars, but later founded SpaceX, based in California, investing $100 million of his money into it. Despite skepticism, Musk spent 18 months in secrecy developing a spacecraft named Dragon to prove that spaceflight was possible. SpaceX has achieved several milestones, such as launching the first privately funded rocket into orbit, sending astronauts to the International Space Station, and landing reusable rockets back on Earth. SpaceX's first rocket. Elon Musk had the vision to decrease the cost of space exploration by achieving frequent and reliable rocket launches. To fund the development of SpaceX's rockets, he turned to NASA as a reliable customer. Their first privately constructed liquid-fueled booster, Falcon 1, was created to achieve this goal. Despite facing significant challenges, SpaceX succeeded with 2 flights to orbit in 2008 and 2009 after several failed attempts. Their innovative spirit led to a $278 million contract from NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services program, with the potential to rise to $396 million based on specific milestones achieved. Unlike rocket plane Kistler, whose contract was terminated, SpaceX and Orbital Sciences Corp. were awarded contracts for commercial resupply services in 2008. SpaceX was approved for 12 flights worth $1.6 billion, while Orbital Sciences Corp. received permission for 8 flights worth $1.9 billion. This is how Elon Musk and SpaceX became part of private space exploration, by partnering with NASA and earning significant contracts for their achievements. SpaceX's Falcon rockets. SpaceX has made the Falcon 9 rocket the centerpiece of its fleet, primarily due to its reusability, which distinguishes it from earlier Falcon 1 models. The rocket has a significant capacity to transport cargo, able to carry almost 29,000 pounds of cargo to low Earth orbit. Since December 2015, the Falcon 9 booster has had successful landings on nearby robot ships, which SpaceX aims to make a regular occurrence. The reusable nature of the Falcon 9 has resulted in lower launch costs. Additionally, SpaceX possesses a more powerful rocket, the Falcon Heavy, which first launched in February 2018, carrying a Tesla Roadster and a space-suited mannequin, nicknamed Starman, to space. Although the core stage was destroyed upon impact with the ocean, the Falcon Heavy completed an engine burn that may take the Roadster as far as Mars's orbit. While SpaceX has encountered challenges, such as a malfunction in the test of the crewed Dragon spacecraft, it has continued to progress, including a successful debut crewed mission in 2020. SpaceX's cargo missions to the ISS. SpaceX achieved a significant feat in 2012 by transporting their Dragon spacecraft to the International Space Station, or the ISS, using a Falcon 9 rocket despite facing engine issues. Private spaceflight was not initially considered during the ISS development in the 1980s and the 1990s, making this achievement noteworthy. Despite a partial rocket failure during their first regular commercial flight to the ISS in 2012, SpaceX went on to complete 20 successful missions to the ISS with their original Dragon spacecraft by 2020. They experienced only 1 loss during the CRS-7 mission in June 2015, but quickly made modifications for subsequent successful launches, including the transport of the inflatable Bigelow Expandable Activity Module, or BEAM, to space in April 2016. In December 2020, a newer and improved version of Dragon's cargo variant began flying and has completed all 5 of its planned missions as of mid-2022. SpaceX's ability to consistently deliver cargo to the ISS showcases its commitment to innovation and progress, making a significant impact on the spaceflight community. SpaceX's crewed launches to the ISS. Before launching Crew Dragon into space, SpaceX tested several prototypes, including the Dragonfly series. They conducted various tests, such as the pad abort test in Florida and tethered hover tests in Texas, to ensure the systems were functioning correctly. To verify critical systems, SpaceX also used pressure vessel qualification and environmental control and life support system modules. The first uncrewed flight of Crew Dragon was a success, with the spacecraft safely splashing down after 8 days. However, the same Crew Dragon was destroyed during subsequent tests. SpaceX completed its first crewed test flight in 2020, sending 2 astronauts to the ISS. Since then, SpaceX has sent 4 crews of NASA and international astronauts to the ISS. SpaceX's Starship. Musk's ultimate plan to go to Mars revolves around Starship, which is currently in the early stages of testing. Despite this, NASA has selected Starship as the lander for Artemis astronauts to travel to the Moon in 2025, which has sparked legal opposition from Blue Origin. Starship testing commenced with the smaller Starhopper, which underwent multiple flight tests between 2019 and 2020. SpaceX progressed to larger Starship vehicles and conducted a series of high-altitude flights, with SN5 being the first to successfully perform a cautious hop test in August 2020. One of the major challenges during the program was executing mid-air flip maneuvers, failing several Starships before SN15 accomplished a soft landing on May 5, 2021. The Starship spacecraft is built to be launched into both orbit and deep space using the Super Heavy booster, which stands at approximately 230 feet tall and contains propellant tanks capable of storing around 3.6 tons of liquid oxygen and methane. Similar to other SpaceX boosters, the Super Heavy booster is designed to be reusable and is equipped with 4 grid fans to aid in its descent. In August 2021, Starship and Super Heavy were joined together and positioned on a launch pad standing more than 395 feet tall, surpassing the NASA Saturn V moon rocket by over 30 feet. SpaceX's commercial space travel. SpaceX's success in launching Crew Dragon missions to the International Space Station has encouraged other companies to use similar spacecraft for their high Earth orbit missions. This includes Axiom Space, who have already sent a research-oriented mission to the ISS using Crew Dragons and plan to add a film studio to their research module. Inspiration 4, the first non-professionals to ride the Crew Dragon, not only had an incredible experience, but also raised money for charity, inspiring Jared Isaacman to create his private space program called the Polaris Program. A crewed moon mission called Dear Moon is also in the works, led by Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa, who's looking for crewmates with artistic backgrounds. SpaceX's impressive track record has paved the way for exciting new developments in the world of space exploration and commercial space travel. Controversy over Starlink expansion. SpaceX's Starlink program, aimed at bringing high-speed internet to remote areas, sparked controversy in 2019 when the company announced plans to launch 12,000 satellites into Earth's orbit. With only 60 satellites launched, astronomers are already seeing unsightly streaks in their telescope observations of the night sky. Many researchers are concerned that an increasing number of satellites could seriously disrupt vital data collection efforts. To address these concerns, SpaceX is testing a new coating that could make their satellites less reflective and intrusive. However, many experts remain wary of the impact Starlink could have on observation, including NASA, which is concerned about collision risks with space debris. With plans to launch an additional 30,000 Starlink satellites, SpaceX claims to have automation in place to minimize this risk. But the controversy over Starlink expansion continues. As more Starlink satellites are deployed, telescopes are increasingly affected by satellite streaks, posing a challenge to astronomers. SpaceX's future plans. Musk has a strong commitment to his goal of transporting people to Mars. He first announced plans to send humans to the planet in 2011, with hopes of achieving this within a decade or so. And in 2014, he emphasized the importance of reusable rocket stages in making this possible. SpaceX was established specifically to accelerate rocket technology development to establish a self-sustaining colony on Mars. Although progress has been made, it has not been as fast as he would like. In 2016, Musk shared his long-term vision of a self-sustaining colony on Mars within 50 to 100 years, with the interplanetary transport system as the main component. This system is a larger version of the Falcon 9 rocket and can accommodate at least 100 passengers per flight, significantly more than the Dragon spacecraft, which can only take up to 4 passengers to the International Space Station. Musk's plan for a red planet city housing 1 million people was revealed in a 2017 paper that also provided more details on how the Interplanetary Transport System, or the ITS, would transport people and cargo. In 2019, he unveiled a new system called the Big Falcon Rocket, or BFR, which would carry a 157.5-foot spaceship with 40 cabins, possibly accommodating 100 people. In 2019, Musk revised his Mars plans again, renaming the BFR to Starship Mk1 and changing its outer coating from carbon fiber to stainless steel, which was cheaper. The Starship continues to play a vital role in Musk's Mars plans. In February 2022, Musk expressed the possibility of launching one Starship vehicle every 6 to 8 hours, as well as one Super Heavy rocket every hour, with missions carrying payloads of up to 150 tons to orbit. He believes that this high launch rate could help reduce costs and make it financially viable to establish settlements on Mars. Establishing a city on the red planet would be self-sustaining, would be home to 1 million people, and would transform humanity into a multi-planet species. It is perhaps Musk's most ambitious goal, one that could keep him occupied for the next 3 decades. Will Elon Musk achieve his goals to build a colony on Mars? Only the future will tell. We hope you found this video about SpaceX informative and insightful. Let us know your feedback in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for the latest tech trends. Thank you for watching.